Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson, presented by Bancorp South. Another exciting night at the Rock last Saturday. The Golden Eagles playing their final home game of the 2018 season and a come-from-behind 21-20 victory over Louisiana Tech, the fourth win in a row for the Golden Eagles over the Bulldogs. And Hop, I'm not sure how you describe that game. It was a wild one, back and forth, two really good football teams. But when the chips were down, your guys were able to put together an 85-yard drive to get what proved to be the winning touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great drive. I tell you, we did some big things. You know, Jack did some good things with his legs. You know, he kept some drives alive with scrambles. Tate hit Quez on a nice ball down the sidelines. Big Steven, not only did he score, I believe he moved the chains on the 4th and 1 for us. So, and our offensive line did a great job blocking. So that was certainly a great team drive, and it was the game winner, and just a big win, a nice team win, and just glad to send the seniors out the right way. And what an outstanding bunch of guys. And again, we're just couldn't be prouder and happier for a bunch of guys.
Football is such a funny game. I mean, you guys were kind of struggling offensively to get some consistency going there in the second half, but when you needed it, you made big play after big play to get down there and win the ball game.
Really did. Quez had some big plays in that drive, and like I said, I felt like Jack and Tate and, you know, Tim Jones had some. And what about Neil McLaurin's catch in the first half? What a huge play that was. So a lot of people had a hand in, and again, I felt like offensively and defensively it was a big team win.
I know I told you on the radio after the ball game, what I liked about that game is that despite all the adversity and all those things, they found a way to win the ball game. That's a mark of a good football team.
It really is. It really is. And it was great to be able to take the last 4 minutes and run out the clock. And I think that's a lot of kudos to the offense there to doing that. And so again, it was a good win. We know we're on to the next one, but it was a good win.
Defensively, they were able to get some yards passing in the first half. Did you make some adjustments at halftime, because you did a pretty good job of slowing down their passing in the second half?
We tightened it up. We were a little bit too loose in the first half, and we've got outstanding corners, and we can run and we can cover, and we tightened it down a little bit. And I felt like we gave them a lot more issues and problems. We had PBUs in the second half, which were big. We stopped them numerous times with some 3-and-outs, and again, that drive late, I guess they got the ball on the 4th and long. They converted to midfield on a nice little seam pass, and then we stopped them at midfield and made them punt. That was a huge drive, and then our offense drained out the clock.
It was a ball club too, where you know they were causing some problems defensively. You used 2 quarterbacks. You started the game with both Tate Watley and Jack Abraham in there, and then they both played during the court. What went into that decision?
Well, we felt like both of them again deserved the right to play. Both of them they complement each other real well, and you know, we felt like we did that with Keon and Nick a few years back too. So it just felt like, hey, we got 2 guys in there. They both know our offense from A to Z. They can play just about any position out wide if we need them to. And again, both of them, they're team guys. They'll do whatever it takes to help the team win. And anytime you have 2 quarterbacks in the ball game, that's always tough on a defense.
Louisiana Tech, their quarterback, Jamar Smith, tough guy. He moves around, does a great job, but you're able to, in the second half anyway, get some pressure on him to make him a little less comfortable back there.
Yeah, he had way too much time in the first half, and he was hurting us. He made some good throws, and the second half we did get a little bit better pressure on him. Probably not as much as I would like, but at the end of the day, I felt like we did what we had to do. Had some really good red zone stops. Felt like we did a great job. DQ almost had a pick in the end zone one time, and we stopped them in the second half and held them to field goals, and that was critical.
Yeah, you mentioned those broken up passes there late in the ball game when it looked like maybe they were going to move down. I remember Ernest Gunn had a big knock away. He had 2 or 3 guys that made some big plays there late in the ball game.
Yeah, they did. Ernest had a huge one on 3rd down. I mean, it might have been second or 3rd, but Ernest, again, that was a big play. And again, I thought our defensive backs played well. Kyle had a chance at a couple. I thought he was going to get 1 or 2 picks, but again, I thought those guys played well. PICASSO played well. Our back seven did some good stuff in the second half.
It's hard not to get emotional on senior night. You want to kind of keep your emotions in check, but to see those seniors win that last game in the Rock,
yeah,
man, it kind of brings a tear to your eye.
It does, and it was just something that as underclassmen and as coaches we've talked about. We wanted to send those guys out right, and what a fitting game, you know, and it's a game, you know, they'll always remember, and I know as coaches and underclassmen, we're happy that they went out the right way. And again, we talked about it in the dressing room after the game, but we said, hey, we got to move on. There wasn't a whole lot of celebration. We know we got a big game coming up this week, so we got to move on to the next one.
Well, that's a special class. You got guys, some of those guys have been here 5 years, and I mean, they've given their hearts and souls to this place to do their best to make it better and help it get back on the track that we all want it to get on.
Right, and give those guys just a tremendous amount of credit. What just outstanding, not only football players, but character young men. You should be really proud of those young men. They're first-class bunch of guys.
Before we take a little look at a feature on those seniors, real quick, when you think of that group, what pops in your mind? What will you remember about these guys?
You know, they're just a great spirit. I mean, a lot of the kids, this senior class, just really, they go to work. They're good kids. They're Southern Miss guys. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Anytime you're around Southern Miss guys, you kind of put a smile on your face, and again, they're a fun bunch to coach.
All right, well, we're going to take a look at a little feature and a couple other features. The first one, though, talking about the Golden Eagles seniors, and Coach will be back, and we'll talk about what's coming up for the Golden Eagles here on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson.
Golden Eagle fans, let's congratulate our 2018 senior class. A defensive back from Ridgeland, number 1, Xavier Marion. A tight end from Marrero, Louisiana, number 1, J. Sean Washington. A defensive back from Decatur, Georgia, number 5, Walden Davis. A quarterback from Purvis, number 5, Carter Hankins. A running back from LaGrange, Georgia, number 8, Tez Parks. A linebacker from Cornell, Georgia, number 11, Sherrod Ruff. A defensive back from Mendenhall, number 13, Picasso Nelson Jr. A place kicker from Aledo, Texas, number 21, Parker Shaunfield. A linebacker from Auburn, Alabama, number 22, DARIAN Yancey. A running back from Whitesboro, Texas, number 23, COLLIN KILCREASE. A linebacker from Louisville, number 26, Jeremy SANGSTER. A wide receiver from Crystal Springs, number 38, Brian King. A defensive lineman from Pinson, Alabama, number 43, Ladarius Harris. A deep snapper from Gulfport, number 59, Austin Keel. And a deep snapper from Central Florida, number 62, Colin Mills.
Ready, black. As our fall sports wrap up this year, really encouraged about a lot of our athletic teams and their progress on the field. Certainly our volleyball team qualified for the conference tournament once again under first-year coach Stephanie Radecki. Our soccer team had arguably the best year in the history of Southern Miss soccer. Really excited for Coach Mo and our student athletes in soccer qualifying for the tournament and then making a really impressive run through the tournament. You know, we were ultimately defeated in the conference championship game, but to make it that far, you know, just a tribute to our student athletes and our coaching staff for what they were able to perform during the season. Cross country, you know, Aaron Kent, who leads our cross country program, and certainly John Stewart, the head coach. Our student athletes, once again, being ranked in the region, performing at a very high level. Just excited about the fall sports. Obviously, we're looking for football to wrap up on a positive note. We've been close in a number of contests and certainly want to finish strong and build a base for next season. A couple project updates. One, our volleyball facility is on schedule. We will enter that building in July of next year. The company is presently putting the steel structure up. If you drive along 4th Street, certainly you can't miss it there across from the Payne Center and Reed Green Coliseum. They'll be putting the roof up in December, enclosing the building 1st of January, and then kind of moving through that progression. So excited about where that project is. And then obviously we want to finish strong in the classroom, really encouraged about where our student athletes are doing academically. We're presently at a 2.9 plus GPA for all sports. Want to push that over a 3.0 this fall, and then look to all the spring sports starting after the first year, certainly with baseball, softball, etc. Basketball just got underway. Both programs with really good starts for both Joy Lee and Doc. Our men's team defeated SMU on the road, and then we look forward to the tournament in Cancun for the men. The women will be hosting a tournament here in Hattiesburg. So both basketballs off to a good start. Want to encourage all Golden Eagle fans to come out and watch any of our athletic programs. Everyone's invited. Come and join us to the top.
Well, you know, I've lived in this area all my life. Hattiesburg, actually Petal, right outside of Hattiesburg, is home to me. And I grew up loving the sport of softball, all sports. Thought when I was younger that I was going to be an Olympian. How about that? You know, we all have dreams, right? But I thought teaching was what I was supposed to do because I wanted to teach, and that's all I knew growing up, teach and coach some softball. But anyway, was doing that. Started the fast pitch softball team at Petal High School back in the year of 2000. You know, back in 2000, Southern Miss had some pretty good softball teams too. So everyone was super excited about the game of fast pitch softball. So we added it there at Petal. Was there 4 years and able to start and help build that program. Then was able to get back to my alma mater. Got to go back to William Carey and coach there, and was there 10 years, John. And a lot of opportunities over those 10 years. Got some calls, had some opportunities to leave, but this is home. You know, the Hattiesburg area, the hub city, it's always been home. It always will be home, you know, unless the good Lord said, no, we're going somewhere else. But so far, thankfully, He hasn't asked me to do that. So when the opportunity, you know, showed itself to come here to Southern Miss, again, it's one of those things. I didn't think when I was at Petal, I didn't think I was ever going to leave Petal. I was perfectly happy. When I was at William Carey, I was perfectly happy, didn't think I was ever going to leave. And then you got to Southern Miss, and God saying, okay, hey, I got this next step for you. You don't even have to move. You don't even have to move. So that's how I ended up here at Southern Miss. And of course, who doesn't want to be a part when softball is the game that I coach, and a softball team, 99 and 2000, that went to the College World Series. I remember that excitement. I remember being at those games. They didn't even have a field back then. You know, Courtney Blades and Amy Berman and all of those athletes who just really put fast pitch softball in this area on the map. So what an honor to be able to come back and be a small part. Well, when you come to the games at Southern Miss Softball Stadium, the first thing you're going to notice is the fans. Southern Miss has the greatest fans that are out there. They're into the games. We've got a group of fans that are out on the deck. You're going to see our girls interacting with the fans, not to a point where they're not paying attention to the game, but they're going to turn around. After the games, we go by the deck. We give everyone high fives. We do you know, the Southern Miss chant to the fans who are still in the bleachers. You're going to see things. You're going to see excitement. There's some inside scoop. If you're not familiar, you need to know. If when the girls have to stop at first, if it's just a single, if it's just a walk, they get over there and Coach Castro over there on first. Everyone has a handshake. 22 girls on the team. I don't know how Coach Castro remembers all of that, but when they get to first base, everybody's going through their handshake with him. Then they're going to turn around, they're going to get their sign, and we're ready to go. If they happen to get a double, which we had a lot more of this past fall, then they've got something they all do when they get to second base. If they get a triple, certainly there's something. We get a little more excited when they come see me over at third base. And then if there's a home run, you're going to see, you know, the dugout clears. The dugout clears on sacrifice bunts. The dugout clears on sacrifice flies. You're just going to see a lot of excitement. You're going to see a group of girls who love to play the game, who appreciate the game, and who respect the game. And I think you're going to see, it's a fast game. It's a fast game, you know, for someone who's familiar with baseball and thinks, well, it's just girls playing baseball. It's a lot quicker, that game is. Usually in an hour 45 to 2 hours, we're going to get that game in. They've even put in some new rules this year to try quicker between the innings. Pitchers have less time to throw the pitches. Batters can't step out of the box. You can't call but so many timeouts during the game. So they're trying to speed the game up even more. So I don't think you're going to be bored if you come to a Southern Miss softball game. I think there's going to be a lot of excitement, and I think you're going to want to come back. If you haven't been out there and you haven't seen it and don't know what to expect, I think you're going to come out and instantly be smitten.
Stay in the game. Rogers Family Pharmacy has you covered. Our support braces and KT tape have been used by healthcare professionals and athletic trainers worldwide, preventing hundreds of common sports injuries without restricting movement and aiding in a speedy recovery.
So if you want to stay in the game, come see the professionals at Rogers Family Pharmacy, a Health Mart pharmacy where we'll treat you like family.
Been thinking about it since I was a kid.
Mom would be so proud.
If I could do it for a living.
Using my mom's recipes to open up a cupcake shop.
For my daughter to go to vet school.
Singing karaoke in all 50 states.
Captaining my own shrimp boat.
Tell us what you dream about. With the right loan or savings plan, we can make it a reality, no matter how crazy.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Keeping you within reach of what matters most. We're Bancorp South, and we're right where you are.
You got me falling hard, sweet baby, you got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before, you know it's true. And still, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
The M Club upgrades have tremendously benefited Southern Miss football and other sports. I know it's directly affiliated with former players from all sports, equipment managers, trainers. So it's not just for football specific or Letterman specific, but As far as new flooring, new carpet, new amenities, we're able to on game days use that as a extra wow factor, if you will, for recruits when they arrive. They enter the Duff Center, get to meet the coaches, and then we get to tour them around, go into the team room, watch a short highlight film, and just be able to show them, the sparkle and the shine of the Rock, and not just the M Club that has been upgraded, but of course the locker room a year or two go back, the weight room being redone, and just just the little details that you hope that will trigger a commitment from a prospect. As far as a room to just relax, the M Club, I know players, instead of going home, they assume just eat their lunches there, knock out some homework. Colin KILCREASE, you can see him daily, working on homework stuff. I've caught him, Paxton Scrimsher, take a couple naps on couches in the M Club. So it's a place for the players to have a little peace, enjoy a lunch, or just to have that break before they go to weights, go to their next class, or get ready for practices. We use the M Club on official visits, primarily on Sundays. We hold a breakfast in there. We'll cater a breakfast Sunday morning before they meet with Coach Hop, and that morning is really, to show the M Club. That's the last piece before they leave that we get to show them, and before they get to meet with Coach on their way home. So as far as being able to provide a breakfast in that room and to show them, just another amenity that they have here at Southern Miss is very special.
And we're back on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson, and the Golden Eagles now turn their attention to the UTEP Miners. But Hop, another goal each year is to go to a bowl game. You now have at least kept yourself in consideration to maybe let that happen if you can win the UTEP ball game. So that was another part of that Louisiana Tech ball game. You guys knew you had to win that. It was almost a must-win game if you're going to have a chance to make the postseason.
Well, certainly, we certainly are looking forward to that opportunity. Of course, we have a big game this week, and again, it's a chance to move us to 5-3 in the conference, and again, makes us bowl eligible, and so that's something that we understand. Though it's going to be a hard-fought game, nothing will be given. We have the utmost respect for Texas El Paso. They've played outstanding football all year, so we know we got a big challenge. We've had a good week, but we need to continue that, and we know we got a big game Saturday.
They're under a new leadership. Dana Dimmel is now the head coach out there, and if people look at their record, their reaction would be, well, they can't be very good, but they have been in every game that they play. They've almost beaten several teams in the league, so they're a team that's just that close to maybe having 5 or 6 wins this year.
They will have our utmost respect, and that's the one thing I've learned in Conference USA. Each week is a hard-fought battle, and again, UTEP is no exception. They will have our utmost respect, and we know it's another big battle in Conference USA play.
Before we let you go, the recruiting season is ongoing all the time now, but it's starting to get close to that December date. Will the next few weeks, as you prepare for the last game and whatever comes after that, a lot of attention now goes to recruiting?
We're going to concentrate this week on one game, and after that, attention certainly gets into recruiting. And we certainly are blessed to have a lot of guys committed right now, but we need to get some more commitments and sign the class that we need to sign. But again, all attention this week is on this ball game, and then after the UTEP game, we'll focus full speed ahead in recruiting.
All right, Hop. Well, great win over Louisiana Tech. That was a fun one. I love the way the team battled back. When it didn't look good, that's when they seemed to play their best football. And that's what we always talk about. That's the mark of Southern Miss football. That's the mark of the nasty bunch defense is, when things look the worst, you find a way to win the ball game.
That's right. I'm just proud of the guys. So, give the good Lord, too. I want to thank the good Lord for the blessing that he gave our team last week. But we also know, again, it was a big win, but we're on to the next one, and we know we have a big challenge ahead of us.
All right, well, it's going to be the Golden Eagles and the UTEP Miners on Saturday afternoon and the Sun Bowl in El Paso. Always a tough place to play, long trip, but Golden Eagles going to be ready. Should be a heck of a game, Southern Miss and UTEP. That's it for this year on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson. We appreciate Coach visiting with us each week and talking Golden Eagle football. We also thank all of you for coming by at Georgia Blue each week to talk a little Golden Eagle football on the Golden Eagle Hotline. Have a great time, everybody. We'll see you next time or next year with this show. So stay with us. Keep supporting the Golden Eagles. We'll see you next time on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson.
Been thinking about it since I was a kid.
Mom would be so proud.
If I could do it for a living,
Using my mom's recipes to open up a cupcake shop.
For my daughter to go to vet school.
singing karaoke in all 50 states.
Captaining my own shrimp boat.
Tell us what you dream about. With the right loan or savings plan, we can make it a reality, no matter how crazy.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Keeping you within reach of what matters most. We're Bancorp South, and we're right where you are.
I am more than just your local pharmacist. We eat at the same restaurants, and we give back to our community. At Rogers Family Pharmacy, we are dedicated to keeping you and your family happy and healthy. Download the Health Mart app to your mobile device and easily enter your refills, pill reminders, and so much more. Rogers Family Pharmacy, where we treat you like family. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Rogers Family Pharmacy. You got me falling hard, sweet baby. You got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before. You know it's true. And still, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
Hey Southern Miss fans, it's Toby Barker, Mayor of Hattiesburg. Mickey Spagnola once wrote, "If you're going to war and you get to choose first, choose Southern Mississippi. Always choose Southern Mississippi. Don't fight Southern Mississippi because no matter how hard you fight, those folks will fight harder." His words capture the character of our institution and our city. We here in Hattiesburg are writing a new story, one where we rise to our challenges with great excitement, one where we push our city to reach its potential, and most importantly, one where there's real partnership between the University of Southern Mississippi and the city of Hattiesburg. Southern Miss is vital to our city's success, from the quality of life it provides through athletics and the arts to the talent it cultivates in the classroom. We share a common destiny. Hattiesburg is proud to be Mississippi's college city, and we hope as we go forward you'll join us in supporting our Golden Eagles this season as they go to the top.